Okay, there it goes. Whew. Happy August to all of you. And yes, SummerSlam is done. Hard to believe that SummerSlam is now over. And now all eyes go to Clash in Paris on Sunday the 31st. I believe I have that right. Yeah. Sunday the 31st, I think, right? Yep, Sunday the 31st in France. And that means that for John Cena, the clock is ticking. He's down to his final four matches of his legendary career. And speaking of John and Cody and everyone else, we've got a lot to break down, which includes the return of Brock Lesnar. How many times have I been telling y'all I have been waiting for Brock to get cleared legally so he can come back to WWE? I've got a little more information to give you on that. And we'll break down the predictions Raw and I will together with the results of the matches and give you what to expect for SmackDown this Friday night. But before I go any further, um, this show you can find every Wednesday night at 5 on the following platforms. Just waiting for it to pop up on the screen here. Thank you. YouTube, Kick, and Rumble at Rhode Island Broadcasting, and then at RI_broadcasting on Twitch. And then you can find this podcasted up afterwards on Red Circle, TuneIn, Spotify, and iHeart Podcast at RI Broadcasting. Please also follow us at these platforms: U42, Odyssey, Space Hey, MeWe, Blue Sky, TikTok, Parler, and Patreon at RI Broadcasting. If you want to help support us financially, including going on daily and sports unfolded, support us at RhodeIslandBroadcasting.net. So you can be a member of the ability to join the family. This broadcast is of going of sorry, let's set it up. This broadcast of False Start Anywhere is the exclusive property of Air Dub Productions, where we go in Rhode Island Broadcasting videos for our audience. And any use of this broadcast, any accounts of pictures, subscriptions, reuses, or redistributions by anyone is not prohibited and is given the express consent to be shared everywhere and is greatly appreciated. SummerSlam. And a lot of you know from my broadcast at the end of last week that I turned 26 on Saturday. And I got hit with a birthday swerve, if you will. I thought I was going up to Newington, New Hampshire, the only Regal cinemas that was showing SummerSlam within a 500-mile radius. Nope. My 26th, I went down by surprise to New Jersey and East Rutherford. Sorry, East Rutherford. What the frick? Rutherford. Rutherford. Yes, in East Rutherford. There we go. To watch the first ever two-night SummerSlam in WWE history. Rutherford. Thank you. In East Rutherford. God damn it. In East Rutherford. In East Rutherford. Rutherford. In East Rutherford. 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 Sorry. Move on. Yes. Yes. Jesus Christ Almighty. To be honest with you, I no longer have to say about that anymore because it's not even worth my time because I'm not going back there for a while anyway. Jesus Almighty. Um, their first ever two-night SummerSlam was at MetLife Stadium, home of the Jets and Giants, and I'll actually give you guys a little bit of some backstory about why there's some history regarding John Cena with this situation. But my experience with being in MetLife, being around all those people, it was about 60,000 on night two, 53,000 on night one. Um, it was an experience where it was a little bit overwhelming for me. I was sitting on the floor of midfield if the turf was there, 75 feet away from the sound equipment and the direction of the ring. Uh, so view was kind of obstructed in a way. It was kind of hard to see from like higher up. It had Timetrons and screens all over the place, so it wasn't really that bad. Um, and then night two, I was around the advertising waistband. The advertising waistband, like, like that section where you have like all the advertisements and the logos. We were about the second part up there, maybe up a level, kind of far away. Sun was beaming down on me for like 2 hours and then faded away when it went down. So very warm, very humid a little bit, but I was there, and it was a great experience. Do I wish I was closer in the shade? Yeah. Do I wish it was a little bit better? Maybe, but stop giving the hashtag of East Rutherford. Don't stop doing that, please. Anyway, my experience, I would really, I would have enjoyed it better if it was, at like TD or Fenway. You know what I mean? That would have been nice, or even Gillette, but I don't think they'll ever do that. But yeah, if Raw, SmackDown, or a Pure Live event ever comes to like, um, Masters will Center in Springfield, DCU in Worcester, the Amp in Providence, TD Garden, Boston, Philly in Boston, Gillette, Foxborough, I'll go to there. But yeah, it was tough being on Saturday when doing something like that. But I definitely did enjoy it to the best I could have to my ability, actually. So let's go over the matches. Beginning with beginning with SummerSlam Saturday. Man, this show's going completely off the goddamn rails. Sorry. Ugh. And sorry, the traveling too was a little bit tough too, so I'm running on fumes right now as well. And Ron needs to really just go to hell and shut up with this East Ruther, Rutherford crap, because I'm starting to get tired of this crap. Anyway, night one of SummerSlam, SummerSlam Saturday. Let me go over the matches for you, and Ron, you need to give me your feedback on who you predicted to win. So let's begin with the ones in order. The first one was Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun and Bronson. I picked Roman and Jey. Yeah, of course you're laughing too hard because you're making my life a living hell by just doing that. Can we just get on with the predictions, please? So I picked Roman and Jey to defeat Bronson and Breaker. So I believe you and I both picked them. So I believe that we're good with that. It was a good match between those two. The OTC got a really good ovation, and they were very good together. So Ron and I both picked those. So so we both got that one right. And then Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss defeated Raquel and Roxanne Perez for the women's tag team titles. Ron and I believe, both picked those. So I believe we're both 2-0. That was a good 25-minute match. I was very happy with that. Um, and then Sami Zayn defeated Karrion Kross. Ron, I don't believe you picked Sami, and I know I did. Did you pick Karrion? We both picked Sami. Good. All right, so we start off 3-0. That was a good match. Karrion Kross has not been re-signed yet by WWE, so we'll see where that goes. Uh, the next one, Ron, we both got this one wrong. Tiffany Stratton retained her WWE Women's title against Jade Cargill. We both picked Jade. And I really believe that the Queen of the Ring was actually going to get that title. So you and I are now 3-1. We did not get that right. Uh, but that was still a good 20-minute, like 10-minute match. There was like a 10, 15-minute match. It was still a good match. I thought that they were going to do a bit better with that, but oh well. I guess Tiffy time is still going on. So that puts me at 3-1. This one I'm now at 3-2. Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul defeated Joey Roll and Randy Orton. I picked Randy and Jelly. You picked Logan and Drew. So you got that one right. I'm now 3-2. Ron, you are 4-1. No, no, I'm sorry about that. I think you. No, yep, I was right. Yep. Ron. So I'm now 3-2. Ron, you're 4-1. Is that accurate? Is that accurate so far? Thumbs up. Okay. So I'm now 3-2. Ron is 4-1 so far. So great match in a way. Jelly gave a lot, but I guess I should have seen that one coming. This one, I was happy I got right, but then what transpired afterwards disgusted me completely. Um, CM Punk defeated Gunther to be the new World Heavyweight Champion. I got that one right. Ron, did you pick Gunther? Because if you did, they were both 4-2 after night one. Both picked Punk. Okay, I'm 4-2. You're 5-1 after night one for SummerSlam Saturday. Here's what I saw about this match. Punk was getting his ass kicked so bad too. I mean, Punk was getting slapped all over the place. He was getting killed, but he hung in there, stuck it out in a 30-minute match, and became the new World Heavyweight Champion. 3.5 minutes later, who comes out? Seth Rollins. And at first I thought it was just going to be like a warning shot, you know what I mean? Like, you know, Seth was just going to be like, okay, good for you, but I still got this, the briefcase. I'll be back because I thought he wasn't cleared. The report was 4 to 5 months. But man, did a swerve get pulled on me again, and a lot of us in the WWE universe. Apparently, those 4 or 5 months was really 4 to 5 weeks. Seth was cleared, threw down his crutches and his leg brace, cashed in Money in the Bank, and did it and preyed on a vulnerable Punk, and is now the new World Heavyweight Champion. Punk was champion for all the 5 minutes, just like McIntyre a year ago at WrestleMania 40 in Philly. I'm like, that son of a bitch just screwed us like that. Becky Lynch, too, pulled a lot of swerves with her post. If you go back and find that when she was in Gorilla, give me her reaction. Man, was that annoying. I felt worse for Punk because I wondered if this was going to set something up or what happened with that. So after night one, SummerSlam Saturday, I'm 4-2, Ron is 5-1. Now we go on to Sunday. Um, the women's world heavyweight title triple threat. Naomi retained against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Ron, I believe you got that one right. All right, 5-2 and 6-1. So that was a great match with a lot going on. Naomi had her own entrance. She had her own electric guitarist come out. So that was pretty badass. Um, Great match as well. They both got involved. Everyone got involved. It was fine. Ron, did we pick anybody with the tag team titles ladder match? Because I don't think we ever did. Because I don't think that was added till much later on. Did we pick anybody in that? No. Okay. So we won't even count that at all. But the Y6 retained, and there was a lot of holy bleep moments for sure. Um, for the women's Intercontinental title, Ron, I believe I picked Becky to retain, and I think you picked Lyra, correct? This was no disqualification, no count out. There must be a winner, pinfall or submission. We both picked Becky. Okay, so that makes it 6-2 and 7-1. So because of this, Lara can no longer challenge Becky as long as Becky, and she can, well, no, she can no longer challenge for the Intercontinental title as long as Becky holds that title. Bayley tried to come out, and it did not work. And as long as Lynch is champion, she can no longer fight, go after her. Now, Ron, I believe we both got this one wrong. For the United States Championship match, it was a steel cage match. Solo retained against Sheikha Fatu. I know we both picked Fatu. Yes? All right. I'm now 6-3. You're now 7-2. I really thought Jacob was going to do it, but at the end of it, when all was all said and done, he did a moonsault off of the cage, and he hit Mateo and Tongaloa. And I really thought he was going to get the title back. I was pissed off about that. I really was. It was a good match, but I thought that he was going to win. He was going to win with that. This one, I was mad I got wrong. Dominic Mysterio has retained his Intercontinental title against the phenomenal AJ Styles. I know I picked AJ. Ron, did you pick AJ as well? We both picked AJ. We both picked AJ. Okay. So I'm now 6-4, and you are 7-3. That was a good 20-minute match, but I really believe that AJ was going to win. But then Dominic pulled out his inner Eddie Guerrero when he was locked in the calf crusher. His boot slipped off, and he was able to hit him with a boot and a frog splash to become the new to retain his Intercontinental title. Now we get to the main event, the GOAT versus the quarterback, John Cena and Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. I know, Ron, we both picked Cody. I thought it was going to be by heel turn, but it really wasn't. But we still picked Cody, I believe. So I believe we will wrap all this up with me going 7-4 and you going 8-3. Does that sound accurate? So that means you got one up on me again with the event at least. So we both picked Cody, and this was about a 40-minute match. It was a great street fight. So when John came out, it was black and white to start off with, and then he brought the full color back, the full face entrance, talking to Stu, the cameraman, his attire, apparel for SummerSlam. Everybody thought John was going to retain. I mean, he beat the living crap out of Cody. He hit him with 7 AAs, 2 Super AAs, and he still beat John. And this was like a passing of the torch with how Rock did with him at WrestleMania 29 in midlife. Same thing. I believe Cody is now the future. This one I'll put the record for me. I'm at 35-29. Ron is 37-27. He's now got a 2 point lead on me as we go heading into Clash in Paris on Sunday the 31st. And it was a great match too. Um, Cena imitated Cody's entrance when they both went through the elevator shaft on the stage, going up onto the ramp. He hit him with an AA on the ramp. Cody hung in there, and Cena hit a trifecta of AAs, a Super AA that had a long 2 count. Cody counted another Super AA. They got an avalanche. Cody carted through the table. Then a final crossroads. But what happened next was the biggest shocker I've ever seen. After 2 years, the Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar has returned to WWE. And guess what? He attacked John again with an F5. Just like he did 4 years ago when he returned after being away because of COVID, and when he squashed him 11 years prior to that at SummerSlam 14. I believe as of right now, Brock will be a heel because I believe, according to John, that was one of the opponents he wanted on his retirement tour. I believe looking at the dates, he has 11 to 12 remaining, but he has four matches left. Clash in Paris, Crown Jewel in Perth, Survivor Series in San Diego, and Saturday Night's main event at TD in December. John has four matches left, but 11 to 12 dates total. He's scheduled for three SmackDowns this month, especially SmackDown this Friday night, to address Brock's return and the F5. So I think if I had to make a prediction, it will be John and Brock in Paris. Because I believe on John's retirement tour list, it needs to be Conquering the Beast and that ghost of the past that he's been dealing with that's been because of Brock. So according to some of the reports that I want to give to you guys regarding Brock's return, um, WWE's legal department approved it in recent weeks. It does not mean that he was cleared of any wrongdoing, as Janelle Grant's legal team believes more details could come out during a discovery. Fightful's reports also noted that a source informed the publication in 2024 that the BC Cardinal was to be included in video packages for the company. The only other name they were not told to feature was Vince's. However, the company's position on Lesnar softened in recent weeks. And Triple H basically said, I believe it's time for you to come home. And Brock obliged. I believe that the face turn with John has already happened. I'm excited to see what can happen with SmackDown this Friday night. And guys, we will update you with any information I have. SmackDown this Friday, Raw on Monday, and where things stand regarding John. But the ending of Raw Monday night was Punk was Knight versus Seth for the World Heavyweight title. Punk interfered to attack Seth, and then the whole Bronson and Breaker came out to attack. Roman Reigns came out. He got laid out with multiple tsunamis. I believe he's written off till Survivor Series. But then when Raw went off the air, Reigns was arguing with Punk, and LA Knight was going out with Punk. Something to watch out for, guys, because this is getting very interesting regarding that World Heavyweight title picture, especially with Seth. So that being said, SmackDown this Friday, Raw Monday night, and whatever happens with Clash in Paris on Sunday will all be dissected right here. So that being said, on behalf of the man behind the scenes, the creator of RIB Rodrigo, who can be a suck-ass at times, by the way, this is Erik Dunn saying so long and thank you for my home in Bridgewater, Massachusetts, who cannot pronounce East Rutherford reference F. Who can't even say the whole freaking state right? Say right, and I'm not even doing it anymore because they're not going to be there anymore. So next time, I'm just going to say MetLife because you know exactly where it is. If you know where it is, look up the goddamn thing. This has been a presentation of False Card Anywhere on the Ryan Broadcasting Network. I'll talk to you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching and for listening.